人事を尽くす消滅。
In this video, I'll cover Liv Eclipse's playstyle, skills, passives, weapons, synergies, and my overall recommendations. Liv Eclipse is a free, base, B-rank support class structure that deals physical damage and provides healing and grouping abilities for your team. And before someone asks, B-Liv is not worse than A or S Liv, as each Liv kind of performs slightly different roles. All structures are viable as long as you ascend them by farming shards, so play who you like. Let's get into Liv Eclipse's skills and passives. Her basic attacks deal physical damage from range, and her ultimate bombards enemies with physical damage in a target area for 2 seconds. Liv Eclipse's QTE drops a healing zone with the health regeneration scaling off of Liv's max HP. Enemies are dealt physical damage from this zone. If you're confused of what a QTE is, I have it explained in my Lucia Dawn video, but this is Liv's main way of healing your team. For Liv Eclipse's core passive, whenever she activates 3 of the same orbs and then a red orb, she will trigger a barrage of beams dealing physical damage. Liv Eclipse's yellow orb groups enemies for up to 3 seconds dealing physical damage, and then after the duration ends, the orb explodes dealing additional physical damage. TLDR, this is her crowd control ability. Her blue orb drops a zone that deals initial physical damage to enemies and knocks them back, heals allies based on Liv's attack, and gives them physical damage boost for 5 seconds. TLDR, this is her buffing / healing ability, and her red orb deals a barrage of physical damage. If Liv is set as the leader of the team, the entire team, including herself, gains 10% max HP. As for the Ascension bonuses, at double S, Liv gains 3 orbs after using her ultimate. At triple S, the active member gains 10% physical damage when Liv is off field, and at triple S plus, Liv gets a 20% damage increase for 8 seconds after using her ultimate. And remember that all of Liv Eclipse's shards can be farmed up to triple S plus in the story missions. Along with Lucia Dawn, Liv Eclipse has been my party since day 1 on the Taiwanese server. And yes, I'm aware that A Liv is technically a better support for Lucia Dawn, but B Liv is more waifu. Don't at me, chief. I'ma play how I want. Anyways, I use her as a QTE support for my team, meaning that she really only pops onto the field to heal with her QTE, and to occasionally use her blue orb, or to group enemies with her yellow orb. Most of the time, she wants to stay off field due to her triple S Ascension passive, increasing physical damage. If she's your main damage dealer, utilizing your yellow orb first to group enemies and following that up with her core passive to trigger her laser barrage is critical in order to deal good damage. She's also very squishy, so stay at range and use the supercomputing space to avoid burst damage. Before we get into her weapons, I want to preface that high rarity weapons on Liv Eclipse don't matter as much if she's played as your support compared to getting a 6-star weapon for your DPS or assault structure, which is more recommended. As for weapons, her 4-star option is called the Fish Mount. Who the fuck named this weapon? Her 5-star option is called the Guardian Mount, and this is the weapon I'm currently running on my Liv. There's not too much to write home about for 4 or 5-star weapon passives outside of their base attack. Where it gets interesting though is her 6-star options. Her 6-star weapon options include her signature weapon, which is the Type 0 that basically increases her core passive damage, and this is ideal for a DPS Liv Eclipse. Although I'm not sure if I favor this weapon over the other 2 options, such as the Benediction or the Dragon Wind, since those passives weaken enemies or boost ally damage respectively, which should be better for support Liv. Liv Eclipse can be built in 2 different ways, a QTE support, which is what most people run her as, or as a main damage dealer. For a QTE support build, her primary 6-star memory or constant set is the 4-piece Da Vinci, where triggering a QTE grants an attack and defense buff for the active character, as well as letting you trigger both QTEs. As for the last 2 slots, 2 Philip II or 2 Guinevere works well. For a physical team, which is what B-Liv is mostly in, this will usually be the 2 Philip II for increased healing effectiveness and physical attack and defense buff for the healed target. 2 Guinevere will provide increased healing effectiveness as well as elemental damage and resistance for elemental teams. Alternatives can be the 4-piece Philip II or Guinevere set for basically much more healing if you somehow need that much healing, and 2-piece Da Vinci for character buffs. As stated in my previous tips video, I don't recommend hard leveling 5-star memories and consciousness, but if you're just starting out, I'd use 2-piece Samantha and 2-piece Raishalo for increased healing effectiveness. Remember, this is a temporary copium set, so once you get your hands on 6-star memories and consciousness sets, this will be replaced. And if you're building Liv Eclipse for physical DPS, I'd recommend 4-piece Barn and 2-piece Darwin for more physical damage and crit. B Liv synergizes as well as support for physical damage dealers like S Lee, B Lucia, or Alpha, since her triple S passive boosts allies' physical damage by 10% when she's off field. B Liv is often found with characters like Rosetta that come later, that will be the armor unit for physical teams. Since you get Liv Eclipse for free, whether you should build her or not really depends on your situation and priorities. If she's your waifu or you like her playstyle abilities, don't let me sway you, go build her. This was the main reason why I personally built her. I've said it before and I'll say it again, every character is technically viable, so play who you like. It's a game, you're supposed to have fun. Remember, A and B base structures can ascend triple S+ just by farming shards in the story missions. For the people who care more about the meta and like to optimize more, Liv Eclipse is a staple member in a lot of physical teams because of her triple S passive. If you're looking for a healer or buffer for lightning teams, then A Liv is a better choice, or if you want consistent healing or survivability in co-op, then S Liv is a better choice, although not by a large margin. I try to squeeze a lot of information every time I try to make these guides, so if you have any questions, comment them down below. I do read and respond to them all. If you found this video helpful, drop a like, a dislike if you didn't. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any more Punish Engraving content or guides coming in the near future, and join my Discord at discord.io/AljinAutomata. Okay, I'm tired as fuck, so I'll see y'all in the next video.